going, y'all? Welcome back to the train wreck. On today's episode of the Powerstroke Mustang build, we are getting all the wiring around from the F-250 that's right out there, and we're going to go ahead and throw it on the motor, get it set in the actual cab, and getting the steering ready for the next part of the build. Don't mind the 7-inch blade on the 4.5-inch grinder. It's perfectly safe. It's only what?
It's only 6 inch.
Oh, okay. So it's a little bit safer.
That's alright. Just don't put your hands near it.
Well, yeah. Okay, so floor pan in the rear is out. The radiators are going to sit here. Air is going to get pulled out and underneath the car, so I don't have to worry about them being in the front. Ethan is still working up here on getting the front crossmember out. Let's go! So you guys are probably really confused of why I cut off the back bumper. The reason for that is we're going to take the bumper covers and put it all along here and the tail lights and the trunk lid, and it's all just going to be attached into the actual roll cage and the bash bar that's back here. Everything is going to be removable. So right there at the frame rails, it's going to have 4 bolts, so we can take that off pretty easy. And then if I hit anything, the bumper cover, that's easy to replace. The taillights are easy to replace. The trunk's easy to replace. Same with the door. It's just going to be door skins. It's not going to be actual heavy doors because that's too much weight. And then the cage should start coming in. And my quarter windows, those are going to have to get removed. And that's going to be my air intake for my radiator. That's going to sit back there as well. That back seat area is going to be covered in sheet metal, and then air will flow through the quarter panels, through the block off plate and into the radiator and my transmission cooler and such. The only thing that's going to be up front is the intercooler. just so I don't have a whole bunch of turbo lag going all the way to the back and all the way back up to the front of the motor. So I got to find the right size intercooler for that. Hopefully, I can find one. Got the motor mount cut off on one side. Got to do a little bit more cutting on this side. We're just trying to figure out how we want to build the motor mounts because they are a kind of funky size. They're a lot bigger than where our motor mounts were originally. So you can kind of measure it a little bit bigger than my hand. And if you look at this, they sit about right there. So we can't use the original motor mount, sadly. I wish I could have, but that option is just not on the table. So we are going to start working on that and hopefully have that done either this video or next video. I also got the steering hooked up, as you can see right here. I'm going to try to hot wire it. There's a positive and negative plug in here. I don't have a battery. That battery's dead. That I can test it right now, but there's also a plug right here for your different sport modes. So I might see if I can talk to a Ford technician about wiring or find a wiring diagram. If you guys know anywhere where I can get that, let me know. Still got to get shocks for the front. Still got to get the two-wheel drive tail shaft. Should be picking that up this week. But, I'm happy with the progress that's being made. With everything going on, Ethan cut himself. So you see him in the beginning part of the video. He didn't cut himself working here, so thankfully. But he did hurt himself, had to get stitches. So Friday he'll be back, which means next week's episode he should be in it. And we should have the motor mounts built, which will be time for me to get the wiring done and get the motor back in and getting it ready to hook back up to the FICM, the ECU, and all my other lovely wires. Still have to get all the fenders, the hood, the front bumper, the rear bumper, trunk lid, so there's still a lot more to go. But I'm just going to send it how it is. So I do want to say thank you guys for watching this week's episode. Check back next week or watch the videos on the playlist I have made for the Powerstroke Mustang build. That should be linked right at the end of the video or down in the description. Thank you all for watching. Peace out.